Hello there, everybody.
Howdy, howdy, howdy.
I was just gonna say there is a Rob, but he is a ghost Rob. But we have Chaplin instead.
That was
so.
Chaplin. He'll be Rob tonight. Say something, Chaplin.
Hi, I'm Chaplin.
Ooh, that's such a good disinterested voice you have today, Chaplin.
Stop jiggling me.
Great, cool, wonderful.
That bit died. Thanks, Rob.
Don't jiggle me.
Thank you, Chaplin. You did a good job.
Oh, just like a little kiss there, huh?
Yeah,
that's
he's a big nose lick.
Oh, that's so cute.
Chaplin's name out your fucking mouth.
I just licked my balls. Now kiss me.
Oh no! Oh no!
Joke's on you. They're gone. All right. Sorry, we should probably get this going.
I was gonna say, well, I guess from there we'll just say hello again, everyone. Welcome to Chatting with Doug and Rob.
Ahoy!
Thank you for already having us start off on one of these hype trains.
Yeah.
Y'all are the best. Thank you. I see we're 100% of the way through level 1. Appreciate you. With that, we should probably start getting to the rules so we can get to your burning and important questions. First and foremost, we give priority to bit messages since that is some real world money spent. We sometimes have time for highlighted messages, but that happens towards the end of stream. So if you highlight it now, I literally cannot scroll back up and look at it later. I just can't. So you might want to save your highlighted questions for the end of stream. Please keep your questions concise, short, to the point. The longer they are, the more likely we are to breeze through it and miss the point. Please, no spoilers. Not everyone has had a chance to see Moon Knight yet, okay?
I haven't either.
Ooh.
Can we spoil Morbius, though?
I mean, it's not out yet, is it?
I can. There's nothing to spoil.
Fantastic. Great. Please make sure, this is a fairly new one I've been saying, please make sure or check to see if someone else has already asked the question that you would like to ask. I think I already see that like 3 or 4 people have asked about the slap moment. So
what slap? Was there a slap that happened recently? I must have missed that.
You know what? It wasn't really big on the internet, Doug, so I can understand how it definitely didn't show up on anyone's timeline.
Very obscure, I guess.
Very obscure. Yeah, the internet was definitely not talking about it for days. Still is. I was going to say, like, in the past, like, people still aren't talking about it currently.
Yeah. I like you, the pitch meeting guy. They're very obscure. I'm sorry.
We are being sarcastic. We are aware.
I think Putin's gonna invade Alaska just to get back in the news now. Sick of this Will Smith shit.
Oh my god. So yeah, long story short, maybe check to make sure someone else hasn't asked the question, because after like the 4th time, we're just gonna kind of gloss over it, and I feel bad for you having to spend your money just for us to go, we've talked about that before anyway.
Hold on. Jester Otaku slap giving, right? It is the slap that keeps on giving.
It's true. Please don't repeat yourself over and over again in chat. You could get timed out or even banned. This does also kind of apply to the bits. We do have a list, so don't worry. I will get to your bit messages. Sometimes we can get up to like 45 minutes behind, so even if it feels like we've skipped it or we missed it, we didn't. I've got a list. I promise we're just behind, okay? There's no need to repeat the same questions. We will get to it. Okay? Cool?
Okay.
I think that's it.
Good.
All right. Let's get right into it then. Alex the Animator, thank you for the 50 bits. Hey Doug, I heard you'll be reviewing Hancock as the Nostalgia Critic next week. Now, this wouldn't have anything to do with Will Smith's recent Oscar win or what he did to Chris Rock that night, would it?
It really doesn't. It was pure coincidence. I literally woke up Monday to edit the review, and it hit me. I'm like, oh, shit! Oh my god! So what I do is that I make it clear, like I'm editing this the day after it came out because we have to do this a week in advance. So I don't have time to write jokes, but I make it clear where I could have made a joke. Because it's something, I think that I didn't count it, but it's something like 10 or 11
Can you do one of those like Can you get like Whoopi Goldberg to do like a little intro and be like, now this was made a long time ago during a very different time. Like they do
Avoiding
Tom and
these
Jerry
jokes
cartoons.
is wrong then, and it's wrong now.
Slapping people was wrong then.
No, I do have a pretty good indicator of when where a joke could have been. You'll have to wait and see it though. But sometimes it's even funnier than if I could have put a joke in, honestly.
That Disney nerd, thank you for the 100 bits. Hello, you gorgeous people. How y'all doing?
Not bad.
Good, thank you. Gary Turbo, thank you for the 50 bits. I'm going to talk about the elephant in the room. Grace Randolph not recognizing Jessica Chastain winning an Oscar. I guess we don't talk about Jessica, no, no, no.
Well, I saw someone mention in the comments, we don't talk about Jada.
Oh yeah, I've seen that joke. But yes. I did not hear about that. I'm sorry.
No,
Weird.
the irony of it is, Doug and I did not watch the Academy Awards.
It's like the one I didn't watch because I was so sick of the Oscars. And of course, it's the one where something happened.
Something actually happens, yeah. So, I mean, I did see the clip. I saw a couple other clips too. But yeah, we actually didn't watch it. Doug texted me, and he's like, oh my God, the one award show we don't watch, and Will Smith slaps Chris Rock. And I was like, wait. Joke? Intentional or accident? And in big bold letters, intentional. And I was like, I went straight to my phone.
I said, it's the one night there was finally physical violence at the Oscars, and it wasn't from Sean Penn.
Yeah, Sean Penn did not assault anybody. That was the biggest twist all year.
Yeah.
Shyamalan couldn't have written that.
It's the last guy you would suspect.
Matt Hanna, thank you for the 50 bits. So, what are your thoughts on the Will Smith smacking Chris Rock situation?
Well, I don't think the form was very good. I think his stance was a little off, but you know,
the open hand slap was odd. It looked like a couple of it reminded me of because I remember when I was in kindergarten, I don't remember what the kid said, but it was like one boy yelling at another. It's like you're a poopy. And I remember this one kid just walking up to him and just slapping him just like that. And then the teachers had to come in, and it reminded me of that. It's like, God, a couple of toddlers.
The only thing, I mean, obviously we've made jokes. We're gonna keep making jokes. It's funny, you know. But
it's also two millionaires just smacking the shit out of each other. I mean, not each other, but
it's
it's
almost like you get a bunch of egomaniacal, privileged, entitled douchebags in the same room, and all of a sudden they go at it. Shocker.
But I will say, I'm legit curious what was going on in Will's head, because I mean, how long has that guy had a really popular career, and he's worked it so well and so smooth, and the one moment just where you don't do that, I mean, he wanted to be there, what was going on, just all leading up to that, in his mind, for someone like that who is just so in control to suddenly lose it there. That's honestly the most interesting
I've seen the conspiracy theorists say, well, he was laughing at the joke, and I've watched the clip a few times. I'm like, man, that seems to be one of those laughs where it's you don't know what to do, so you're kind of ha ha.
And the camera's on you.
Yeah. And then,
but then
I don't think this was I found it funny, and then it's just
no, he's doing the thing he always does. He smiles, he laughs, and you can tell him anything, he's gonna smile and laugh, and that's why it's so rare. And the switch was so instantaneous. So
the laugh
that's what
was immaterial. I think the only thing is maybe if he thought he got caught laughing, even if he wasn't legitimately laughing, but just I don't know what to do, haha, joke. Mm-hmm. Maybe that set him off. Well, now I got to do something. But yeah, I don't think he was seriously laughing at that joke. The look on his face to me, I'm like, I don't know, man. I'm I've been in situations where it's somebody cracks a joke. It's do you laugh? Do you Yeah.
Especially in Hollywood, yeah.
I don't think he really found it funny, and I think that was evidenced by what happened afterwards.
Yeah.
Case closed.
Right. I mean, we're obviously not involved in the situation, so at the end of the day, it's just two adults who needed to talk it out rather than slap it out. Honestly, just both of them are in the wrong. He shouldn't have made that joke. He shouldn't have resorted to violence.
Was playing with fire. And you play with matches. Here's the thing. You play with matches, you get burned.
You play stupid games, you get stupid prizes.
Yeah. You play with matches, you get burned. My issue is Rock didn't get burned. He had a tactical nuclear warhead fired at him for that. And I'm like, yeah, think that was a little much. And the funny thing is, if he had not been slapped, but Will Smith came out afterwards and said it wasn't funny or whatever, I think everyone would talk about what a douchebag Chris Rock looks like. Now Chris Rock is everywhere. It's the best publicity he's ever had. His ticket sales are through the roof. So good job, Will. Like, you did the exact opposite of what you would have wanted to have happen.
Alexander, thank you for the 50 bits. Hi, Rob. I meant to recommend this to you a while back, but there's a great episode of the DuckTales reboot that's basically a tighter, funnier version of WandaVision before WandaVision even came out. Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah. No, I thought that was pretty good.
And that's how I sold it. I said, you want to see what you would probably think WandaVision should be.
Yeah. Someday I will sit down and watch all of DuckTales. I've seen a number of episodes, but nowhere near the whole thing. I enjoyed the Darkwing bits too. I saw those.
Alexander, thank you for the 50 bits. Hi, Doug and Rob. I will admit, even though I'm not a fan of the Jim Carrey Grinch movie as a whole, there were moments that really made me laugh. I especially loved the scene where the Grinch reads his questionable schedule aloud. Were there any moments you thought were funny at all?
I'm sure there were.
Yeah, I'm sure there were. I just don't like, regardless of Jim Carrey, it's such an ugly movie. I don't like sitting through it.
Well,
so it's not always just, it's not like I hate Jim Carrey. It's that everything around Jim Carrey kind of sucks.
Well, and then anytime I think of the Grinch and funny in terms of like that character and stuff, I think of at Universal Studios, they have some actors dressed up like the Grinch and they improvise and they roast people and they roast the kids and they roast the parents and stuff. And that's telling me he was doing something right, because they can make that material really funny and work off of everybody. I'm like, all right, there was something here that Jim Carrey made that is inherently funny. I just don't think it works, for the Grinch. And like you said, I think it's ugly and everything else we talked about. But yeah.
Father of Films, thank you for the 50 bits. Well, I said I'd seen Morbius only if it's really good or really bad. Looks at Rotten Tomatoes. Fuck.
You're going to be surprised by Doug's review.
Yeah, I thought it was okay. But there's plenty wrong with it. It's not a well-written movie, and it's very generic and stuff. But I literally just released a review of it, so you can watch it there. But both Brad and I went to see it, getting ready to make fun of it, and we didn't make like any jokes, except the mid-credit sequence is legit hilarious for how horribly done it is and how awkwardly done it is. So that's the one really funny scene to me.
Stroke, thank you for that subscription. Welcome, appreciate that. Gary Turbo, thank you for the 50 bits. I just saw the Green Lantern from Snyder Cut that would have kicked ass if we got to see him in a movie. Plus, it would be amazing if they added Johnny Knoxville, Pete Davidson, and the two kids who played George Lopez's son.
Yeah, it would have been cool.
Yeah. That Disney Nerd, thank you for the 100 bits. Can we all just have a moment of silence to celebrate Bruce Willis's career? Hashtag. Thank you, Bruce.
Yeah, and it was so weird because I was always just talking to Brad, like, why do you think he's doing all these video on demands? And he said there's a rumor that he's doing it because of his health, and these are fast things he can do. They have him for a day. It doesn't look like he's always comprehending what's going on, so that was the rumor. And literally that day, that news broke.
I want to say this too, because I have not been on the ha-ha point and laugh at Bruce Willis hate train that's been going on for a couple of years because of those. I look at those and they make me sad. I'm just like, I like Bruce Willis. He's a great actor. I don't know why he's doing this, but he was the butt of a lot of jokes over the past 2 years, and I didn't enjoy it. I was like, I can't get on board with this because like something seems off, and I feel slightly vindicated. So,
well, talk to Kevin Smith. He'll probably have a different story.
Kevin Smith came out like
but he
kind of
always
a little
has
apologetic.
Oh, did he?
Well, that's here's the thing. Now, Bruce Willis has been notoriously difficult to work with over the years. So, and I'm not convinced that that's all related to this. But lately, I'm just like, no, something's different. And I'm like, I feel like it definitely felt like some of the stuff lately about those movies is very much punching down, because I'm like, well, either Bruce Willis realizes this, in which case I still don't find it that funny, or there's something going on. And either way, I was just like, yeah, I'm not getting on board this. And everybody else has, various YouTubers and stuff. And I'm like, they're just shitty movies. I'm just not going to talk about it.
I haven't even seen any of them.
I know, guys. Thank you for the 50 bits. Doug, have you seen the new trailer for Minions: The Rise of Gru? It looks insane in all the best ways.
Oh, okay. I mean, I've seen teasers for the past, 2-3 years now. They kept pushing it back, but yeah, no, I'll check it out.
Antari, thank you for the 100 bits. Doug, Amphibia is getting more exciting with each passing episode in its final season right now. Please tell me you'll start watching it after Star Wars Rebels.
I got on the list. I have to check to see the other shows, but it'll probably be next because, yeah, I think it just makes sense to do, especially if this is the last season this year, so probably.
Author, thank you for the 500 bits. Hey, Rob, it's me, Flutter Guy, letting everyone here know that I changed my name recently in prep for hopefully starting my own streaming channel in the near future. Anywho, not much to really report, no questions this time around. Hopefully these bits make up for that lack. Catch y'all later.
Hey, awesome. Well, good luck.
Gary Turbo, thank you for the 50 bits. I made a mistake a couple of weeks ago. The Batmobile isn't 380 horsepower. It's a 620 horsepower, 6-cylinder Chevy Camaro, which is based on a Chevelle.
What the fuck? What the fuck? Because I thought you made a mistake, but I'm like, no, I'll be polite. I'll be polite. And then you come out, and I just knew it. I feel vindicated now.
I would also like to clarify that Doug is being sarcastic.
It is a joke.
Hewlett Band, thank you for the 50 bits. Hello, gorgeous people. These are a highlight of my week. First question, since I reviewed Freddy vs. Jason, what do you think the other Nightmare films? Would you do an NC review on the first one?
I love the first one.
I don't think I'm the one to do it because, it was funny. I was just talking to Jim and Walter because I don't think Walter's ever seen them either. And we're like, they're cool. Like, the first one's cool, and then they turned
even the
jokey,
shitty ones, at least for a while, were creative. And
yeah.
I appreciate that a little more than
Nightmare.
some of the shitty Friday the 13th ones.
Yeah, and I do legit like New Nightmare. And the original is good. I just never got that into it, but I do really like the creativity of them.
Along Came Sonic, thank you for the 60 bits. I highly recommend the show Green Eggs and Ham from Netflix. It's by far the best representation of Dr. Seuss's works, and it even has an okay mystery in it too. Please go check it out.
I hear it's good. I just haven't had time to check it out. So yeah, it might still be a bit because I'm still catching up on stuff too.
I know, guys. Thank you for the 50 bits. Doug, I just saw your new review show, and I love it. Would love to see you do more stuff like this.
Good. Yeah, I mean, we've done a lot of tests with it to try and get sort of the feel down and stuff like that. So, yeah, I like the way it turned out. So, we'll see. We'll see how people like it.
Orlando Garcia, thank you for the 100 bits. If I were in charge of directing yet another Batman film, all I would do is have Bruce Wayne disguise his eye. It just has the letter I, so I don't know if they mean eyes or...
Disguise himself, the inner eye.
Interesting
deep.
Philosophical turn.
Matt Hanna, thank you for the 50 bits. Now that Encanto has the Oscar for Best Animated Feature, hopefully more merchandise will start coming in and more characters meet and greets than just Mirabelle.
Yeah, well, I mean...
Yeah, wasn't there something recently where Disney's like, well, nobody's going to buy toys of these other people?
Oh, was there? Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I think there was some. They're just like, oh well, no, nobody's gonna buy toys. I still believe, generally speaking, if you just put a toy out, kids will buy it.
Yeah,
they're not quite as picky as you think.
Right? Yeah. No, there was a whole thing where Disney essentially was like, we're not gonna put any Louisa toys out because little girls aren't gonna want to play with the buff workout girl. They're gonna want to play with Isabella and Mirabelle.
That would be the one that I'd be all over. It's like, some stuff.
I agree. And actually, I'm taking this not too far, but sorry, I'm going to be short about this. One of my nieces, I got her an Encanto Lego set for her birthday, and the Louisa Lego is unrecognizable. I was like, who is this supposed to be? Is this supposed to be like their Aunt Peppa? And then Lucas was like, no, I think that's supposed to be Louisa, but she just looked like everyone else. It was really strange. Lego's gotta have some kind of buff arm extensions. What?
Well, that movie seems designed to be marketed, for toys and comic spinoffs and resorts and stuff like that. So that's weird that they're not doing it because it almost seems tailor-made for that, just different sizes and shapes and different things they could do and powers. You know, it's like having X-Men toys, but it's only Wolverine and no one else. Like that's weird.
Yeah, indeed. I know, guys, thank you for the 50 bits. I'm curious, will Sonic 2 be a sibling rivalry, or will it be another Untitled review show?
It'll probably be an Untitled review show.
I'm sure I'll have a say in it, though.
Yeah. And that one, yeah, that'll probably be out like the day after it comes out because we don't have a screener for that. So I'll see it probably the same time most Sonic fans see it. So again, it looks like fun to me. Like that looks like a Sonic movie. So I'm kind of excited for it.
Yeah, the latest trailers I've seen, I'm way more excited for it than I ever was for the first one.
Mm-hmm. Stroke, thank you for the 100 bits. This is essentially a 10-year-old question, but have you guys ever seen the movie Seven Psychopaths? And if so, what do you think? Love the channel. Been a fan since 2011.
Thank you.
Oh, I've seen it. I enjoed it.
Maybe I need to see it again because some parts I like, but I couldn't get into it that much.
It was no Morbius.
Exactly.
Oh my God.
It needed more Jared Leto.
The movie.
But I don't remember disliking it. I just remember not getting into it. But it's one of those where it's like, I should probably see it again. I think part of it just wasn't what I was expecting. I thought it was going to be a little bit more lighthearted, and it's definitely not that.
Jocks Cab, thank you for the 400 bits. Hello, Doug, Rob, and Heather. It's been a fat minute since I turned into a stream from you guys, but now I'm stocked up on bits, so have this splurge from me to you. Well, thank you. Appreciate that.
So kind.
Alexander, thank you for the 50 bits. Hi, Doug. A series of unfortunate events ended with Count Olaf being given a life sentence in addition to forcing him to go through everything he did to the kids. That's why Lemony Snicket said he was released after showing those clips of him suffering near the end.
Is that it, though? Because then they say, or I wish I could say that's what happened. And it's like, the way it's worded is so strange. And I hear something strange happen, like, behind the scenes, too, with that. So they edited it up in a weird way. But maybe you're right. Maybe that's what it was, and it was just worded in a strange way. Yeah, I can't word today. Sorry.
Noff, thank you for the 90 bits. You know what would possibly make an interesting Dark Toons episode, Doug? The Jimmy Neutron episode Grumpy Old Men, where Jimmy, Carl, and Sheen grow up old rapidly and they have to revert back to their original ages or they'll turn to dust.
That's kind of funny. I don't know when the next Dark Toons is going to be. I think I did finally just sort of wear myself out on that. And when I was looking back, I'm like, holy shit, I did a lot of these. So I think I finally just got bored of it. But maybe at one point I'll do them again when the spark comes back. But yeah, I think I finally just got, sort of worn out from it.
That Disney nerd, thank you for the 100 bits. Heather, I have big news. The Nostalgia Critic made a hot dog man joke in his Mask of the Phantasm review. How special does this joke make you feel? I haven't watched it yet. I'm sorry. I know, sometimes I'll catch up on the weekend, so...
No, it's one of those where I remember you saying that. I was just like, I think Rob actually made that joke, and I'm like, oh, this might make Heather happy then.
I had no idea.
LPB the actor, thank you for the 100 bits. What are your thoughts on the Will Smith Chris Rock incident at the Oscars? You don't have to answer this if you don't want to.
How Christian Bale put it in Batman Begins, just damn good television.
Yeah. Yeah, for 1 minute. The
Oscars was entertaining.
1 minute.
Gary Turbo, thank you for the 50 bits. Last bits for the night. Pinocchio, A True Story should be nominated for Best Animated Feature. Skiddy, skiddy, skiddy.
We just got it on DVD. I am very excited to watch it. I'm hoping this opens up a new genre because that has to be intentional. Like choosing actors that clearly don't match the roles for, like foreign anime films that nobody would pay attention to otherwise. What's that one anime where they just started improvising?
Oh, Ghost Stories.
Yeah, like I kind of like celebrity ghost story for foreign anime films. I kind of love this idea. But I haven't seen it yet. I'm trusting everybody's right when they say it's hilarious. So I kind of want to see more of these.
Matt Hanna, thank you for the 50 bits. Oh, by watching the last Wonderful Worlds of Mickey Mouse special, Mickey's Keyblade makes a cameo in there. Didn't think that was going to happen.
Yeah, I heard about that. I haven't seen
too.
it yet, but yeah, I want to check that out.
Same.
Oh, did you real quick? I know we're talking about the slap and everything. Did you see someone did a Kingdom Hearts edit of like a boss finishing move where Will Smith slaps him and like go slow mo and the white, and then like instead of a key, you win an Oscar?
I did not see that.
It was brilliant. It was so brilliant.
I did not see that. Orlando Garcia, thank you for the 100 bits. Stupid keyboard. They're going to finish their sentence. Anyway, what I was trying to say is if I were in charge of directing yet another Batman film, all I'd do is have Bruce disguise his voice by inhaling a bump of helium.
Who are you?
I'm Batman. I am the Shadow. I am vengeance.
Shadow the Hedgehog, thank you for the 100 bits. Do you think negativity on YouTube and such is due to that there's a market for it, and that baiting is very easy to do over positivity, such as encouragement and hobbies?
Oh yeah, there's always a market for it. On TV, movies, anywhere.
There's a market for anything. I think most things online, I would assume, is the ambiguity, because you don't have to follow through with anything. But I could be wrong. But that would be my assumption. I'm sure, like you said, me having a market for it also helps.
Mm-hmm. Zelmiran, thank you for the 50 bits. NC recommendation, Night of the Museum 2, Battle of the Smithsonian.
Yeah, I've only seen the first one. I haven't seen the other two, so I'll try to check them out at some point.
That Disney nerd, thank you for the 100 bits. Oh, Doug, the irony of you reviewing a Will Smith movie next week. Keep Hancock's name out of your fucking mouth.
I thought pitch meetings beat me to it, too. He just released it today. I'm like, oh, I thought maybe it'd be the first, but we had to do him a week early. Yeah, it's... I think it'll be funny.
I wish we could take that moment where he started shouting all the profanity and dub other things into it. I'd love to see him just shout, "Stop eating my sesame cake!"
Queen Calificent, thank you for the 50 bits. Everyone is upset that Chris Rock was assaulted, but why aren't more people upset that we don't talk about Bruno was also assaulted?
I didn't see that, but I heard about it. Brad was telling me, I'm like, what?
I was livid because if you watched Awesome Comics and Coffee, I even put that as a little mini story when they announced that it was going to be like the first live performance of We Don't Talk About Bruno like ever. It was going to be the first live performance of the song. They were going to bring back some of the like voice actors. I'm like, oh, this is going to be so fun. Like a stage full of these people like performing this amazing song. And then it turned into, was it Cardi B? I don't know. Someone rapped the majority of it, and then they came back, and the actors weren't even singing it was Megan Thee Stallion? I don't know. Then they came back, and the people picked the song back up, but it was to the tune of We Don't Talk About Bruno, and they were like, it's Oscar night, and it's finally here. And I'm like, what the is happening? I was so excited for the first live performance of We Don't Talk About Bruno, and this is what we get?
Are you indicating the Oscars are out of touch? Because I will not stand.
Are you indicating the Oscars are just a giant shit show and it takes an assault for people to talk about?
Anyway, Hewlett fan, thank you for the 50 bits. What other Netflix shows have you watched, Doug? Have you seen things like F is for Family, Tuca and Birdie, and Big Mouth? And if so, what are your thoughts?
All of them, yeah. I like them all. Big Mouth is very hit and miss, but the hits are really great. I really like Human Resources, the spin-off show. I like that a lot more. I thought it was more clever. I thought it was more consistently funny. They didn't have to do a ton of crazy voices because I think they already look so strange. I thought it was much more imaginative. So I really like that one. If you haven't seen it, check that out.
Zelmiran, thank you for the 50 bits. Would you guest on Oni Plays if they asked you?
Yeah. Well, okay, we've talked about a few things. So it's not like, we're just like, okay, we said hi and went over here. Like we chat back and forth about some stuff that we might do, but nothing's, solid yet. But yeah, we do talk a little bit.
Antari, thank you for the 100 bits. Doug, at some point, would you do an NC for the Guardians of Ga'Hoole movie by Zack Snyder? It has stellar animation and still holds up, but the story and characters are mediocre.
Yeah, it's always what I hear. I haven't seen it.
It is such a gorgeous movie, though, that I wanted the story to be better.
Yeah,
it's definitely one where, like, you could turn off the dialogue and just watch it, and you'd be like, wow.
Yeah, I haven't seen it, but I always hear that, and a lot of people request it. So it's on the list. I just don't know when I'm going to get to it.
Firelord Zuko, thank you for the 100 bits. I have a movie for the Nostalgia Critic to review, Clue, 1985. It is funny and has a lot of talent in it. Stars Tim Curry, Christopher Lloyd, Madeline Kahn, to name a few.
That's a great movie.
That's a brilliant movie. I'd love to review it. I have to think of an interesting angle, because when something like that is really good, that I can talk about it, but I don't know the best way to do it, like in a unique or entertaining way. I gotta sit on it and think like, okay, like what's the best way to discuss this? But yeah, I would like to.
Sailor Aaron, thank you for the 100 bits. So, Doug, since you did this past Disney-cember on the final Brave Little Toaster movie Goes to Mars, will you check out Brave Little Toaster to the Rescue, the sequel for Disney-cember? Also, will you do the Brave Little Toaster as an NC review or Freak Show Cinema? I loved it and watched it constantly so much growing up.
Oh, Freak Show Cinema might... That's not a bad idea, actually. Yeah, because a lot of people really like that, like talking about that movie. So I might do that, yeah.
Bones and Tones, thank you for the 100 bits. Hey, Channel Awesome crew, hope you're all having a wonderful evening. What are each of your thoughts on Brian De Palma's Scarface?
Oh, I love that movie. That movie's hilarious.
I don't know how
Say
true
hello
it is.
to my little friend.
Yeah, I don't know how factual it is, but it's incredibly entertaining.
It's one of those movies that is just as coked up as the people it's portraying.
Yeah.
DCL Coda, thank you for the 50 bits. So your new review show is called Untitled Review Show. I would have a strange appreciation for you if you kept that as the name for it.
We're talking about it.
That's our plan. Yeah, we're like, that might be fun. We just keep it like
have enough people who are like, no, it sucks. Maybe we'll change it. But
yeah, but yeah, like I said, we're just experimenting, trying some different stuff.
LPB the Actor, thank you for the 50 bits. If you were to do a movie with a famous celebrity, who would it be and what would your movie be about?
Well, Christopher Walken, and it would be like one of those like little girls movies with like fairies and stuff.
I mean, I think clearly you gotta do a movie with Chris Rock and Will Smith. I mean, just the potential is off the roof. I mean, nobody in the world would not see that.
Finally a new Bad Boys movie.
Yeah.
Shadow the Hedgehog, thank you for the 100 bits. You think Tamra rhymes with Katara from Avatar: The Last Airbender. The part with the theater actor playing Katara with the line "so full of hope it makes me tear bend" had me laughing.
Yeah, I don't remember. I think we said Katara Gitara because she whips out, and that was Rachel at the time. Unless I'm confusing what you're saying, but yes, thank you.
Alex Loves Musicals, thank you for the 100 bits. Did any of you get a chance to watch the first episode of Moon Knight? It was amazing, the best first episode of an MCU show, in my opinion.
Cool. No, I haven't.
I think you'll like it. I enjoyed it. It's interesting. No spoilers, of course. We're not giving spoilers here. But if you do want to talk about it with spoilers, come back on Saturday for your Awesome Comics and Coffee, because we're definitely talking about it on Saturday. Full spoilers.
Oscar Isaac. I do like me some Oscar Isaac. So
he does a great job in it. I think you'll enjoy it. Alex, I just read that, sorry. Jockscab, thank you for the 50 bits. Since the last stream I tuned into, I finally caved and watched Gravity Falls for the first time, and yeah, everyone's right, it's amazing. Bill Cipher may be one of my new favorite villains, period.
Yeah, it's nice when something follows through with that. Like when I finally watched Avatar: Last Airbender, I'm just like, oh yeah, they're all right. This is great. This is like really, really... Or Clone Wars, that was another one where I'm just like, damn it, everybody's right about this.
Zelmiran, thank you for the 50 bits. Someone edit the scene from Wicker Man with Will Smith.
Not The Rock. No, I don't know. I don't know how to do that.
Yeah, I'm trying to make a connection in my head.
The bear. There you go. Yeah, just have him go.
The bear. Gotcha.
Keep your bees out of your fucking mouth. They're in my eyes, not your mouth.
You know what I want to see? I'm surprised nobody's done like Independence Day, where afterwards he's like, "No, that's what I call close encounter."
Antari, thank you for the 100 bits. Doug, don't get me wrong, I love to see you playing Jedi Fallen Order. It's truly cinematic, but I feel once you finally play Telltale's Walking Dead, it will change your life. No pressure.
Yeah, no, clearly not. We'll see what happens, man.
That Disney nerd, thank you for the 100 bits. Don't get me wrong, I'm happy that Encanto won Best Animated Feature. I think it's a great film, but I gotta be honest, Mitchell's vs. the Machines deserved it.
I like Encanto more. But Mitchell's is very good. You know, Encanto was good all the way through, where I feel like Mitchell's started off good and then got great.
I like that we can have this debate, even though, as the Oscars pointed out, that animation is only for kids, and that's the only reason you're watching it.
We're clearly too old for it. I mean, we should be like 5 talking about it.
God, the Oscars
You
are a shit
shouldn't
show,
be watching a show an animation unless you have a child, obviously.
But I like that the nominees, at least for a while, I've been strong enough where, like, when the Pixar one wins, I'm not just kind of disappointed now, like, where I'm like, oh, that really wasn't the best. Like, Encanto was, or the Disney one even, Encanto was, like, seriously good. So I feel like just animation generally just keeps getting better and better.
For kids.
Yeah, for kids. Only for little babies to watch.
Chris, thank you for the 100 bits, and this is in all caps, so I'm going to be very enthusiastic. Yo, Doug, you're awesome! You're the best YouTuber, and thanks to save me to see
Morbius. No problem.
Our indoor voice.
It was all caps. What do you want me to do? Just read it like a normal human?
You're a teacher. Tell them to retype it in their indoor voice.
Hewlett fan, thank you for the 50 bits. Not here to ask what you think about the actual slap, but what are your fave memes of it? Mine is an editor of Oscar from Shark Tale smacking the shit out of Chris Rock Zebra from Madagascar. Check it out. It's genius.
There was one that said, now the question I had as a kid is finally answered, why paper beats rock. And it had like a close-up of Will Smith's hand, you know, all 5 fingers out, laying flat. There was another one that was it was the Care Bear. I think it was Simpsons reference. It was a Care Bear with a tire iron. And above it, it said, you know, Will Smith, I just want to be a vessel for love.
No, the one I love, because I love the show. I love they just show the image and you just hear, everybody hates Chris. Because you can so just hear that theme song go over that, like as Will Smith's walking away, everybody hates. I love that one.
I know, guys, thank you for the 50 bits. Amy Schumer and James Corden are made for each other. Besides a few roles, they're both tragically unfunny.
Schumer's hit and miss for me. There's some times she really made me laugh. There's some times she really didn't make me laugh either. But
James Corden, man, yeah.
Corden, I guess
I can't stand his late night show. I just can't.
I guess I haven't seen enough of him. If anything, I've probably seen him in more like dramatic roles, I guess, or just like voicing Peter Rabbit or something like that. So, I mean, he hasn't annoyed me, but I haven't seen that much of him. So maybe if I see more.
He had a huge backlash, and originally I didn't get it. I'm like, he seems like a nice enough guy to me, whatever. Mm-hmm. Like, the more he's kind of infiltrated, like, late night and all these movies, I'm hitting the point where I'm like, yeah, I'm starting to get it. He's just getting on my nerves.
Okay, yeah, I was going to say, that might be it. I just haven't seen enough.
Alan, thank you for the 100 bits. You know, all the Will Smith memes, I'm shocked and a little disappointed that no one has taken the scene in Independence Day when he punches the alien instead of saying, welcome to Earth. It keeps just saying, keep my wife's name out of your effing mouth.
I kind of was talking about that, yeah. Like,
yeah, I like the slap, and then that's what I call it, close encounter.
There we go. Sailor Aaron, thank you for the 100 bits. So, Rob, did you finish the anime that I recommended now and then here and there yet? And if you did, your thoughts? I hoped you enjoyed it, but also if you're looking for a physical copy, there are plenty of like new or very good physical copies of DVD on eBay/Amazon, and they do have Japanese and English audio.
Yeah, I'll see if I want to subject myself to that again, even in Japanese. But no, sadly, the past couple weeks I haven't been able to have my friends over, and we're like one episode away. So if all goes right, like next week, I'll have an answer for you.
Pat and Soa, thank you for the 50 bits. So typical. I finally get the review I've been requesting for in Mask of the Phantasm, and not only do I have to wait longer than normal, all I'm gonna hear is Chris Rock and Will Smith talk. Lol. Swear to God, this movie just cannot win and get any love. Lol.
Well, Will Smith is a vassal of love, so talk to him. He'll promote it for you.
He'll slap the love right into it.
Zelmiran, thank you for the 50 bits. Doug, get in touch with Penguin Zoe / Moist Critical, aka Charlie, for an episode of Official Podcast.
I'll see what I can do.
Antari, thank you for the 100 bits. Doug, I love that you've been discussing more positive movies lately. It would mean so much if you made an NC for something related to Cartoon Saloon, an editorial, a theme month. They just need more attention, especially Wolfwalkers.
Yeah, you want to know what's so sad? I guess that proves the point. I'm like, Cartoon Saloon, that sounds familiar. I was about to look it up. I'm like, oh yeah, the production company. Yeah, again, I don't know what I would add. And let me put it this way, I'm sure I can talk about it, but I would have to find an interesting way. Because again, I feel like I can't just play some clips and talk about, like, there's so much to discuss. It's like discussing Into the Spider-Verse. Like, there's so much to talk about. So, I would have to think of an interesting way to do it, which is not saying no. I'm saying I have to think of a good angle.
Adam Grunther, thank you for the 50 bits. Do you think WandaVision did a good story about grief and moving on? I know what their answer is.
No.
There was a good episode about it near the end, but I thought it started off pretty interesting, and then I wish they addressed it more, or if they're gonna do this, at least have more like good humor in it, like this good sitcom writing. But I didn't hate it. I actually really admire how creative it was, and it was so bizarre, especially for like their first MCU TV show. So I really do admire that. But I feel like Loki is a better combining of like weird stuff, but also like has some depth to it as well, and good comedy. So
it never
but I
stick
didn't hate
to
it.
its guns. So I feel like
Rob really hates it.
I don't know. I come from the Nicholas Myers school, Star Trek 2, where it's like, no, my universe, when people die, they're dead.
Sorry, I just really like Dobclad in chat. What is Doug Walker? If not contrarianism, preserving. Or persevering. Jesus, I can't speak. They typed it correctly. I spoke it wrong. Jock's Cab, thank you for the 50 bits. Another awesome show I checked out after years of sitting on it was Moral Oral. One of the Adult Swim greats, and definitely the BoJack Horseman of its time. Its one and only crime, however, is that it came out 10 years too early.
It really did. I loved that show so much. Remember watching that late on Adult Swim.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I gotta watch more of it. 'Cause I saw an episode and I liked it, but I was like, okay, I'm good. I'm done. But like, yeah, I am hearing more and more people talk about it. I grew up with Davey and Goliath, so I'm like the perfect audience for it. So maybe I should see the whole thing.
Orlando Garcia, thank you for the 100 bits. Hey Rob, there's a scene from King of the Hill where Hank's at a golfing store. He tries on a hat that looks like the one you usually wear and says, I look like a jackass. Any comments?
God, how I wish I was at the Oscars right now so I could just get up, walk over, and slap you hard across the face.
You know what's so funny? I just saw that meme too, and that's really funny. I didn't think that's funny.
In all seriousness, not really. I have no problem if a guy with genetically tiny glutes thinks that hat makes him look like a jackass. So Hank Hill's got enough problems as it is.
You're really talking like he's a real person. I love that.
The bastard. Keep your fucking hat.
I know, guys. Thank you for the 50 bits. Doug, I need to talk to you about Sing 2. You said that it shouldn't have been PG, but I think you forget that the villain almost murders Buster. Twice.
Almost! That's like when Bugs Bunny, Elmer Fudd almost murders Bugs, and that's just too much for people. It's like, no, come on. That's not worth it, in my opinion.
Tulip fan, thank you for the 50 bits. At this point, is there a single hope to make a good Dr. Seuss film? If you guys had control, what would you do to make a Pixar-level Seuss film? Controversial, but I really like the Lorax. It's kind of so... I think they skipped a word. And it's good, honestly.
I don't know. I mean, the one that's probably the closest to being like cinematic in structure is maybe Horton Hears a Who, because that's not something that's just like a beginning, middle, and end. It kind of goes all these different directions. And that's probably why it's one of the better ones. I don't know. You can probably do a Grinch movie. But you need like a super talented filmmaker, though. I mean, that's the thing. I think people think, well, kid story, come on, we can do this. Again, animation for kids and stuff, but it's really, really difficult to extend that out to a theatrical running time and have people still be interested. So I think it can be done, but you need a mad talented filmmaker, I think.
Chorus, thank you for the 50 bits. Doug, Rob, question. When your release review of Sonic movie, did you expect such a negative response from the fans? In the review, you were rather sure that the movie did not appeal to people, while for the first time since Adventure 2, Sonic fans liked something unequivocally.
Yeah, I really thought they were going to be upset and be like, where's the Fantasyland? Where's like, all the cool 90s stuff? Where's Tails? Where's blah, blah, blah? And that wasn't it.
It's called Stockholm Syndrome.
After
a while, you identify with your captors. It's like, well, they changed it so Sonic doesn't look like a complete douchebag. Therefore, we won, guys.
But I will say, because I saw the movie Scoob, and I thought it was fun, and a lot of people really didn't like that either. And I was just like, yeah, but we had so many bad Scooby-Doo movies on the big screen. It was nice to get one that's just passable. And I'm like, oh, maybe that's it for the Sonic movie. Like, just a passable one's okay. And also, it's a huge victory to get them to change the whole movie to look like the original character. I mean, that is, like, huge. And it was pretty cool to see. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't watching. Like, this is kind of making me all tingly. Like, holy shit, there's, like, this character from the 90s I grew up with, and he's, like, on the big screen. Like, that is really cool. So a part of me does get it.
In a movie that felt like it was made in the 90s.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's all the 90s cliches I don't like. Like, there are 90s cliches I like. Those are all the ones I don't get into. But again, I feel like this new one's going to be closer to what I want. Tails is flying that plane. How are they going to get him in that plane? I don't care. I just love that it's in the movie.
The visceral reaction to us didn't surprise me because they're Sonic fans. That's kind of what they do. It's like Star Wars. Like, there's just, I don't know. A lot of times they're just very super passionate.
Adam Grunther, thank you for the 50 bits. Who would you have cast Robin Williams as in the MCU if he didn't unfortunately pass away?
Thanos. No, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I would. Oh, in Guardians of the Galaxy, maybe like Benicio del Toro's part. I could see him like improvising some stuff and sort of making that his own. I think he could do fun stuff with that. Yeah.
Sorry, I was taking a drink of water. Okay. Adam Grunther, thank you for the 50 bits. Who was your favorite Tarantino movie villain?
I'd have to go through.
That's pretty broad.
Yeah.
Dang.
I mean, can I just say,
okay, as a whole, I liked the Crazy 88s.
I was gonna say,
it's the whole, it's like all of them with me, not just her.
Can I just say the cast of Pulp Fiction, because they're all villains, right?
That's true.
I mean, that kind of counts.
Yeah. I gotta go Inglourious Bastards. Just Christoph Waltz.
Oh yeah.
That opening scene in that movie, I'm like, it's just so, you're on the edge of your seat, and he's just so civilized, but at the same time just such an inhuman monster.
Yeah, no, I think that's it. Because he's also so funny. You legit laugh at him sometimes.
Zelmiran, thank you for the 50 bits. NC recommendation, Epic 2013.
I think I have it on the list, but I don't know. That kind of looks like Strange Magic, and that one didn't do so hot numbers, so I'm not sure. I never have seen it, so I'll at least try to check it out.
That Disney nerd, thank you for the 100 bits. Doug, since you're a big TMNT fan, did you ever see the 2003 show? If you haven't seen it, I haven't seen it in years, but man, that theme song kicks ass.
I have to remind myself which one is which. I'll say this, ever since the original, I haven't seen a ton of the newer shows. That's one where they say what the shell a lot. Yeah, okay. Not much. And I hear it's pretty good. Actually, I hear a lot of the follow-up shows are pretty good. So maybe I should watch more.
Adam Grunther, thank you for the 50 bits. What is your overall favorite Tarantino movie?
I really like you know what? No, now it's a toss-up between Django Unchained and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I'm like really on the fence about it.
Hollywood's pretty good. I also really like Inglourious Bastards and the two Kill Bill movies.
Yep.
And Pulp Fiction. There's a lot of really good ones. There's only really a small amount that I'm just not that big on, but.
Chorus, thank you for the 50 bits. Doug, you said Kanan as a Jedi. A lot of things he has doubts about the should already know. However, this is not entirely true. Kanan was only a Padawan Jedi for a few months. His training had barely even begun when 66 started. When he teaches Ezra, he teaches himself as well. It is his character arc to become a true Jedi Master.
Ah, okay. That makes more sense. Okay. Yeah, because I'm watching this, I'm like, I mean, these aren't bad lessons, but shouldn't a Jedi like already know this and do this? So, okay. Then why did I say shit? Oh, maybe there's a reason. I don't know. I can't follow all the turns, but okay. Thank you for clarifying that, because that does make a lot more sense.
Antari, thank you for the 100 bits. Doug, do you ever like to watch other YouTubers' reactions to your Nostalgia Critic videos? There's surprisingly a lot of them, and they really enjoy your comedy.
There's one that I do watch. I think it's like Renegade React Group, something like that. And I like watching their reaction. My favorite one was when we had Michael Salvatore on. They put it together. They're just like, wait a minute, you mentioned the other dude. He did Halo. Is that Michael Salvatore? And you see him like look it up, and they see the picture, and they just go, ah! And but then they're like pissed off throughout the majority of it, because they're like, why isn't he talking about Halo? And then when they get to the end, they're like, okay, that was a pretty good joke. So I do see those sometimes, because I don't get to watch live reactions of the videos. So it is nice to see live ones. It's also good to watch, because then you can see what's not working as well, where you're kind of looking like, oh, that show got a laugh and it didn't, kind of thing. So you kind of file that away too.
Luke the Boss, thank you for the 50 bits. As much as some people online might say both Chris and Will are equally wrong, it simply isn't accurate. Will Smith took it too far and didn't even know if Chris was aware of his wife's condition. It was kind of entitled of him to cause who in this chat would slap anyone at an award show, nominee or otherwise, and not get escorted out.
I mean, I think it goes without saying, violence probably should not be the answer.
You can have two people in the wrong while also going, one finished it way too much, which I think is the issue. But I don't believe for 1 second that Chris Rock didn't know. He's been cracking jokes about it for years. I mean, if you really believe that, I've got some like property to sell you. The Brooklyn Bridge, like seriously.
I legit don't know, but I haven't kept up with all. I didn't even know like Chris Rock made like a lot of
there's a history
jokes
here.
Yeah,
so, and that's why I said he played with fire and he got burned.
No, and that's why I keep seeing stuff that's like, well, there's this history, and then it's like, well, then there's this history, well, then there's this thing, and there's so much to keep up with. I'm like, I don't know. I just know you don't smack someone when you can discuss it. Because like you said, if he didn't do that, if he didn't even react, if Will Smith just had a straight face and nothing else, everyone would be talking about Chris Rock and like how, well, did he know? Was that appropriate? Was that not? Was that inappropriate and stuff? And he'd probably be looking bad, because he went up there, and did that. It's like all the discussion is, well, violence is wrong very clearly here.
Well, imagine somebody walks up to somebody else and randomly, for no reason, punches them hard in the face. And the other guy, even though he's still fine overall, pulls out a gun and just blows his head off right there. Well, they're both in the wrong, but somebody really finished it way harder. And that's not right. Like, you just got to kind of read the room.
Sailor Aaron, thank you for the 100 bits. Doug and Rob, have you guys seen DreamWorks' The Bad Guys trailer yet? It gave me Spider-Verse vibes, especially from the animation, and I'm looking forward to it.
Maybe I gotta see it again because I saw it.
Yeah, I
cute,
saw it.
Whatever,
But it doesn't look good. But it's so many of the kids' trailers. I feel in particular, like the Pixar trailers and stuff, look way worse than they actually are. So I'm like, well, maybe this is actually going to be really good. And it just is a trailer that isn't clicking with me. So
it didn't look bad, but it like I had to keep reminding myself it's coming out. You know what I mean? Just like, oh yeah, that. Like maybe I'll see that. So, but I know some people are just like mad excited about it. So yeah, I guess we'll see.
Snake Eater, thank you for the 100 bits. Hey Doug, idea for top 11 is best music videos for movie soundtracks. Music videos were always very nostalgic for 80s to early 2000s.
Ain't gonna happen. Not at all, because I wouldn't love to. But YouTube goes after that stuff even more than movies. Music videos. They claim like in an instant. So
yeah,
probably not. But
was that the issue with Mask of the Phantasm? Was it the music?
No, it was just these clips. Like, it used to be, they keep dwindling them down. Like, it used to be like 15 seconds, then it went to 12, then 10, then 8, and now it's 7. Like, well, this went over 7 seconds, so you can't, it's still within our right to use it, but it's like, we want to just get it out there because we have a schedule and we're already doing it a week ahead. And then they're waiting to claim it. Like 6 days later, they're like, oh, this gets a claim. It's like, you're not even giving us. It's like Life of Brian. You're not giving us a chance to hide.
Right.
It's like you're not even giving us a chance, So, yeah, I'm glad they finally released it. But, I mean, it was globally blocked. Like, that is so weird.
It's insane.
Strider for Life, thank you for the 50 bits. Doug talks about Jada's head. Will mysteriously appears and slaps Doug.
Just appears like the Ring Girl. And, like, instead of coming out of the TV, just this hand comes out and smacks me out of the monitor.
I would kill if Doug would say, Will Smith just slapped the shit out of me.
Big Jack Films, thank you for the 50 bits. Hey guys, sorry I'm late. Question, Doug. I rewatched your American Tail reviews, which I'll be covering the first one next. Now that you've covered a few of Don Bluth's film, would you ever consider covering The Land Before Time?
I have it on the list because I really do like that one. I wouldn't mind talking about it. Like, we don't have like a plan for when to do it, but it is on the list.
Alan, thank you for the 100 bits. Hey Doug, just watched your Morbius review. I like the new styles you have chosen. Looking forward to more. Would you ever do a Nostalgia-ween review of The Muppets Haunted Mansion?
I think I had that on Disney-cember, and then too many things got in the way. I think we couldn't find a copy of it. I think that was part of it too. So maybe, because some people were saying it was really good. You were saying it was really good.
I had fun with it. I enjoyed it.
Well, and I love the Haunted Mansion, and I like the Muppets, so I feel like I would enjoy it.
I think you would. It's charming.
Yeah.
Queen Calificent, thank you for the 50 bits. The animators of Encanto actually had to fight Disney to design Louisa as buff. That's unfortunate.
Oh, interesting.
Strong women look strong. If that makes you mad, anyone who criticized Abby in Last of Us 2, then maybe you've just never seen a bodybuilder before.
Well, God, yeah. I mean, if you're like, well, that body can't exist. Like, there is a lot of bodybuilders who would like words the same way Will Smith would like words with the eye. I think, yeah, no. Well, and again, I mean, you want different sizes and shapes and stuff for the variety, and then also, like, she can literally lift a house. Like,
right.
It's like, yeah, but she can't look buff. That nobody's gonna believe that. She lifts a house.
That Disney nerd, thank you for the 100 bits. Doug, I know you haven't seen Once Upon a Time, but if this doesn't persuade you to eventually check it out, then nothing will. Chernabog appears in season 4.
No, the one I really want to see that Rob told me about is the Psycho Peter Pan one. Like, where he's just a complete nut, like crazy nut. That sounded pretty funny.
He's a psychopathic douchebag. It's amazing.
Those are my favorite Peter Pans. The ones that are a little crazy. That's just like,
There's something unnerving about the whole Neverland Peter Pan thing where I'm like, yeah, you could twist this and make it dark.
No, even the story does. He's like, I'm sorry they tried to kill you, Wendy. To make it up to you, should I kill them? Like, and he's saying, like, honestly,
take that out of its kind of kids book and then twist it even darker. It's like, there you go.
Yeah.
Mumrar, thank you for the 50 bits. Sad to hear about Bruce Willis stepping away from acting in the new news that came out today of his handler's treatment of him over the last 2 years. What were some films of his you felt was underrated? My picks are Hostage and Surrogates.
Man, He's done so many. Death Becomes Her. Yes. Oh,
one of my
so
favorite. Like, we forget what a great comedic performer he is, and
he
like
started in comedy,
it's what exactly. And then Die Hard turned him into an action hero. But Death Becomes Her, he is just so funny.
It's a miracle.
In that whole movie. Yeah, it's a miracle. Another miracle. Yeah, I love that movie, and he's great in it.
Adam Grunther, thank you for the 50 bits. Taking the slap out of the equation, whose movies do you like more? Chris Rock or Will Smith?
Well, I mean, stand up, I like Chris Rock more. Movies, I like Will Smith more.
Will Smith.
Chris Rock only has
not even close. Stand up, I don't think Will Smith does stand up.
Oh, maybe he did. You might be right. I'm thinking like back in the 80s and stuff, and I'm just like, wait, nah, maybe he didn't. You might be right. But we saw how he did on stage there, so.
I mean, that was a great routine.
Slapstick.
Oh, wow. Wow. I know, guys. Thank you for the 50 bits. Wait, if you just got it on DVD, does that mean you're reviewing it? Also, are you reviewing the Bobbleheads movie this month?
Yes to both.
I'm not gonna hide. Second time. Doug just so fun fact about Bobbleheads. We both watched it, and it is the most times I've ever seen Doug check his watch while watching something.
How long?
I counted 7 times. 7 times he checked his watch, and he's just like, "Oh my God, how much time is left on this?"
And we're like, should we film this? Should we do like, first viewing of it? I'm glad we did, because we had like nothing to say. I'm just constantly checking the time.
Really bad.
Yeah.
Orlando Garcia, thank you for the 100 bits. Doug, people have requested you watch the Captain Underpants movie. As someone who loved the books when I was a kid, I say give it a pass. Like how Last Airbender couldn't represent a 4-season epic series in an hour and a half, the Captain Underpants film doesn't represent a series of books that's actually more satirical and crazy than you think.
Well, I got bad news. I saw it when I was sick several months ago. I thought it was really funny.
What, Captain Underpants movie?
Yeah, I thought it was very imaginative. I thought the humor was very quick. I thought it was very charming. I've never read the book, comic,
I love the books.
Whatever it is. And I had a good time, but I am not familiar with the source material. And I will say I was not looking forward to seeing it. It was more just everybody's like, oh, you should see it. And I actually thought it was pretty funny.
Awesome. Your Extra Joe, thank you for the 50 bits. More like we shouldn't rap about Bruno. You absolutely should not, Megan Thee Stallion.
Yep, that's what I would say.
Antari, thank you for the 100 bits. Doug, I have 2 NC requests, Guardians of Ga'Hoole and Tale of Despero. The former has stellar animation but bland story characters. Latter has Emma Watson and Sigourney Weaver.
Is the latter, is that the mouse with the big ears, the Matthew Broderick one?
I think so.
I might be confused there for something else. I haven't seen that because Matthew Broderick. And the owl one, like I said, it's on the list. Maybe I'll move it up because a lot of people are requesting it. So maybe like people are getting nostalgic for it now. So yeah, maybe I'll move it up.
Bernsey, thank you for the 69 bits. So it's time for you to do a career dive on Bruce Willis? Oh, so is it? Sorry. Is it time for you to do a career dive on Bruce Willis? Or have you not heard the reports?
I would love to if people watched them
too. I can tell you that much.
Yeah, I mean, nobody watched them, the career dive, so and we have like sponsors and stuff like that, and they're paying good money. We want to make sure they hit a certain amount. But they were fun to do, and people do like them. But yeah, it's just not enough people watching it.
DCL Coda, thank you for the 50 bits. Bruno could have been a fun production number at the Oscars, like Blame Canada or Everything is Awesome, but nope, just go ahead and slaughter the great Lin-Manuel Miranda's song. It was infuriating. I was so mad because I looked that up on purpose afterwards, but I will say Billie Eilish's performance of No Time to Die was great at the ceremony, though. So.
That was when I heard she won. I was kind of like, yeah, okay. That was a good song. I did like that. And I will say, I'm going to look up We Don't Talk About Bruno. I mean, like, just afterwards, because I'm hearing so many bad things.
I was just livid. I was just livid. I don't know what else to tell you.
But Brad was telling me about it. He's like, oh, did you hear about how it opened? I'm like, no. And he's like, oh, God, prepare yourself.
Adam Grunther, thank you for the 50 bits. Which Marvel show villain do you prefer, Kilgrave or Kingpin?
Oh man,
Kilgrave's really, really good, but like I just love Vincent D'Onofrio's Kingpin. I really do.
man.
But David Tennant's also so amazing. That's like, why are you making me choose?
Yeah, man. I don't know. I guess I'll say Kilgrave just to be contrarian, I guess. But yeah, I mean, it's like they're pretty neck and neck.
Adam Grunther, thank you for the 50 bits. Which Robert Patrick villain do you like watching more, Peacemaker's father or the T-1000?
Oh, the T-1000. He was really good as Peacemaker's father, but the T-1000 is like probably his most iconic performance. I don't think he's ever going to top it.
Well, I'll say we saw it as kids, and I think that's just when you're a kid, you're just scared of cops. In general, just like, oh shit, I do anything wrong?
I'm a grown-ass adult, and I'm scared of cops.
Yeah, and B, he's a robot that you can't reason with, and 3C, however the fuck I started this off, he just has no emotion at all. I mean, just like straight face. And 4, 5, whatever, he can shift into stuff. I mean, change into stuff. So yeah, that's just terrifying. That's like all the things that scare me as a kid.
Stare. My favorite scene in the whole movie, at least with his performance, is just the way he like waves his finger. He's like, and I'm like, that stare. I'm just like, oh god.
Antari, thank you for the 100 bits. Doug, I didn't mean to request Guardians of Ga'Hoole twice. I forgot I did it already. I have no idea how that happened. It's fine.
Well, in that case, I'm not doing it. No, it's fine.
Shadow the Hedgehog, thank you for the 100 bits. As a Matrix fan, I always felt Neo and Trinity was meant to be dull because they are introverts, which makes sense if you are an indoor hacker, as compared to the outgoing, overly hypergenic character.
Introverts are still interesting.
Right, that's true.
There's almost wordplay in there.
I don't dislike them as much as Doug did, but I do. I have the same problem with the new Batman. I feel like his Bruce Wayne performance, it's just not very compelling. Like you can still make introverted and off and weird like more compelling. And I'm just kind of
one example, Michael Keaton. He's introverted in the original Batman.
Oh yeah.
I mean, he's social, but
too in that movie, which I like.
Yeah, but he's quiet. Everything's kind of quick, and kind of wants to keep to himself. Like, and he has that whole house to his. He doesn't even know how to go on a date. He puts them in that terrible room with a long table and stuff like that. So I mean, but he's so mad interesting.
I'll say this too. Outside of Hugo Weaving, and really in most of the Wachowskis films, like all of the acting is like that. It's not just like, oh well, those two are bland. Like they just have a way of directing characters in a way that kind of reminds me of like Lucas.
I'll play with that in a bit. I actually really like the supporting cast in the Matrix movies. I think they get overshadowed by the two main leads, and they haven't been. I think Fishburne's really interesting. Was the dude from Lost who played Link? I thought he was interesting. Weaving's interesting. Joe Pantoliano was interesting. And I actually thought the supporting cast was a lot more interesting than the main leads. I would have liked it if it was more about them.
But if you take, so all of the Wachowskis films, though, how many, unless they're really doing something completely over the top, like Eddie Redmayne, you don't feel like there's kind of a stilted quality to all the acting in their movies?
Bound.
Well, Bound's their first one, and that's the only one we always cite as perfect beginning to end.
But I know what you're talking about. Super serious, super fun. I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah.
Adam Grunther, thank you for the 50 bits. Which Pirates of the Caribbean sequel is the worst?
Probably 3, just because it was so long.
The length. The other 4 and 5 are bad, but 3 just. Oh my! That was one where I was checking my watch, like Doug was. Yeah. So I'm like, how much of this is left?
Dillbomb, thank you for the 50 bits. Hey guys, so I'm visiting Chicago next month to visit my sister, and I'm most excited for some Chicago-style deep dish pizza. I hear you guys recommend Lou Malnati's a bunch, but my sister lives across from a Giordano's. Thoughts?
No, don't do Giordano's.
It's okay.
It's not. So it's a
sometimes
stuffed pizza, which is
that's always where it's like, oh.
It's a stuffed pizza, which is kind of different from your typical Chicago deep dish style. If you want a really good one, the best place in the entire city, go to Pequod's.
Pequod's is very good.
Pequod's is amazing, and I'd say Lou's of all the chain places, Lou's is really good. I also kind of like Gino's East.
Avoid Uno's and Connie's.
Yeah, avoid Uno's, Connie's, and Sheridan's just too much. It's too much cheese. It's too much sauce. Too much bread.
Too many notes.
Yes.
Dillbomb, thank you for the 50 bits. Your favorite Jim Carrey comedy?
Yeah, that's another one. He's just done so many. I'd have to look through them all.
Does Eternal Sunshine count? Is that a comedy?
I was gonna say it is technically a comedy.
That's really good.
I
have a soft spot for Liar Liar even to this day.
Liar Liar is pretty great. Yeah. I guess I'll go with Eternal Sunshine, but I don't think that's his best performance. I'd probably say something like again, it sounds weird, but
Truman
Stanley
Show.
in The Mask, I think, just feels so authentic to me and so believable in an odd way.
I really like him in The Truman Show too.
Big Jack Films, thank you for the 50 bits. My brain just completely forgot how to form words there for a second. I'll be discussing tonight the canceled project King Kong vs. Orca, with Orca being a Jaws ripoff, and you covering Jaws 3 and 4. Would you ever consider covering the first two Jaws on NC?
You know what's funny? I appreciate the hell out of those movies and what they've done, and I know I can technically talk about how brilliant it is and stuff, but I don't have a passion for those movies, even the first one. Even though I know it's like an amazing, it changed cinema and stuff like that, everyone just has something to get passionate about. And Jaws, I never got like that passionate, even though I acknowledge it's a brilliant movie that really did arguably change, how movies work. I mean, that was the first blockbuster.
Hewlett Van, thank you for the 85 bits. I've always been curious why you never chose to use review scores in any of your reviews. Also, who do you think would be the scariest celebrity to meet? For me, it's J.K. Simmons. His performance as the instructor in Whiplash was terrifying.
Well, I mean, there's one obvious answer.
Will Smith.
Yeah, exactly. But no, we used to use the scores in Disney December, but again, the copyright just, unless you're reviewing the music, and even then, we still get hits and claims and stuff like that. So yeah, anything over 7 seconds now, it used to be 8, but now it's 7. Will get you hit. So yeah, that's the main reason why. But we got a big library from like YouTube and other sources.
Dillbomb, thank you for the 50 bits. What's your favorite expensive meal? Sushi is expensive here, and it's my favorite. Like, treat yourself, drop a lot of money on good sushi.
Yeah, sushi's. I'll probably just say sushi.
I mean, we just got back. I mean, not just, it's about a month ago now, but from Honolulu, and there were so many restaurants that was just like so much of like the best food I've ever had. So yeah, there's like 4 or 5 places there. I'm just like phenomenal. Like every time I had a bite of something, I'm like, oh my god, how can this? There's like a chain I think called like Lily Ha's Bakery or something like that, and you can't believe it's a chain because the food is so phenomenal. So yeah, one of those places.
Antari, thank you for the 100 bits. Doug, if the creators of The Simpsons requested you to play the Nostalgia Critic as a guest celebrity in an episode to interact and make fun of the show in a meta way, would you do it?
Oh, hell yeah. And it's, I don't know, I'm one of those people where even if you're going to be in something tacky, I'm just like, hell yeah! Because it's like, I review tacky stuff, and there's a great fun to it. I just like working, I like doing fun stuff, I like experimenting, I like working with fun people. I've met and talked to some of the writers on Simpsons, and they're fantastic. So yeah, I would totally be on board. Why, are you offering? No.
Dillbomb, thank you for the 50 bits. Favorite side/supporting characters in South Park?
I really like Butters a lot. Yeah. Professor Chaos. I don't want to do it if Simpsons did it.
If it's a main character, like Cartman's just the funniest.
Yeah, he's just pure evil.
The biggest jerks are often the funniest, like in a comedy.
Dillbomb, thank you for the 50 bits. Doug, please tell me you'll include a Will Smith slap joke in your Hancock review next week.
So
you should call it Handcock.
Yes. Because I was editing it the day after that happened, I didn't have time to write jokes, but what I did, I make a note just saying this is when it happened. We had to get this done a week early and stuff. but I'm putting in the spots where I could have made a joke. And I have what I think is a funny way of showing where I could have made a joke. And I think, like I said, it got to like 10 or 11 spots where I could have made a joke.
Jockscab, thank you for the 50 bits. What is the most stressful scene you guys have seen in any movie or show? To give the recent example I can think of, at least 5 or so minutes of Not What He Seems from Gravity Falls was fucking intense.
That was pretty good.
Last 20 minutes of Goodfellas always like just I just feel that they're chasing him and hunting him down, particularly that he's coked up too, and he's like, "There's that damn chopper again."
I mean, there's a lot of movies and even shows that do that. The one that always jumps out to me because it's just a brilliantly done scene nobody really talks about, In the Abyss. The scene where the small little pod is filling with water and it's just trickling in. And they just got done with this big fight. You think like that was pretty much the climax. It's going to be winding down. And they're treating it like a joke. Like, okay, well, there's got to be a way to get this. No, he's like, oh, what, you don't have any duct tape? No, I don't have duct tape. Okay, help me move it. No, they can't. And it's like an inconvenience. And that just keeps rising further and further. And then they're like, okay, like, we really had to figure something out. And then it's like up here and they're still trying to talk about how they're going to survive this and everything. It is the most suspenseful thing because you just can't believe something as simple as this trickling water is going to kill them. And it's just so horrifying. It's just a brilliantly done scene. It's brilliantly shot and it's magnificently acted.
Dillbomb, thank you for the 50 bits. Thoughts on Inception 12 years later?
Well, I never saw the 12 years later one, so no.
I liked it better as Paprika, but it's fine.
No, I liked it. I liked the visuals, and I liked that I followed it just enough because a lot of people say you're not supposed to follow it. No, you can follow it, but it is difficult. It is tricky.
I think I like the visuals a little more than the story. But to me, it's like for Nolan films, it's like somewhere in the upper middle for me.
And it is still a spectacle, too. I mean, some of those scenes really are, like, just mind-blowing. The fight in the hotel where they're just, like, they had to build that room and spin it in order for them to, do that and everything. I mean, it's just so crazy. So, yeah, I like it.
Antari, thank you for the 100 bits. Doug, I think a great idea for Freak Show Cinema would be Making Fiends. It's dark, surprisingly funny, and very short. It only makes up about 2 hours.
Yeah, I still haven't seen it yet. I wrote it down so I don't forget about it. But yeah, I still haven't had a chance to check it out.
Strider for Life, thank you for the 50 bits. Loving the shirt, Doug. Shall we call you Dog Walker?
Never heard that before. Actually, I really haven't. Thank you. I'm gonna use that and stuff. Yeah, I've had this shirt for a while. I love this shirt. I love that character. I love that show.
Big Jack Films, thank you so much for that 16-month subscription. Welcome back. Appreciate that. I'm surprised Ben Affleck didn't come out to stop Will Smith and say, but Deadshot, what will vengeance solve?
In that voice, what will vengeance solve?
Adam Grunther, thank you for the 50 bits. Which part of WandaVision's ending felt more cheap? And this is spoilers for WandaVision, but it has been out for a while now. It's been over a year. So which ending felt more cheap? The fact that Wanda tries to bring back her kids in the post-credit scene, or the fact that there's a brand new White Vision with his restored memories? They never will know what she sacrificed for sure.
I think the bringing the kids back, the White Vision didn't piss me off too much because I think it's not really him, and I like the way he defeats him too. So yeah, but I'm with you. It's about grief, and it's like no, but you can bring him back. I'm just like, okay, comic books, I guess.
I'll just say it was all bad.
Antari, thank you for the 200 bits. Doug, I really enjoyed Dark Knight Month. I can understand why Dark Knight Rises your cup of tea, but I think we can all agree it's a better conclusion to a trilogy than Spider-Man 3.
I mean, it's more of a spectacle. I will say that. Like watching it, it's like, man, I love just seeing the effects and all the people there and stuff. Where Spider-Man 3, it looks kind of cheap.
No, it's not even close. Like I don't love the Dark Knight Rises, but I'll still take that over Spider-Man 3 any day.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, dear. But there's still so many scenes I like in Spider-Man 3 that I think are legit well written, where it's like with Dark Knight Rises, I'm like, I just can't think of any well written scene. Maybe a line or two. Some of the Bane lines are fun.
Pat and Soa, thank you for the 50 bits. So, Ghost Rob, when can we expect the new fanscription? Hint on the topic.
It will be Batman and Robin.
Ooh.
And that's kind of up in the air because Walter's having all sorts of issues.
He's got some life stuff going on.
Yeah, the plan is by the end of May, and I mean like the end of May. If not, I'd say realistically end of June. But yeah, it's going to be a huge one. It's a massive script. It's going to be super long. And Walter gave me the notes of what he wanted on it, and I wrote it. And it's pretty much every single goddamn character, except for Poison Ivy. We crammed everything in there, so...
Hewlett fan, thank you for the 50 bits. Doug, which movie or actor do you think are the most overrated? Also, I know you hated American Dad, but I'd recommend you watch later seasons. It becomes genuinely fantastic, I promise you.
I hear that. I think Rob was telling me that.
Dad.
And what's the first part of the question? I'm sorry.
The most overrated actors or movie. Yeah, movie or actor most overrated.
I still don't care for Moulin Rouge. Every time I try to give it a chance, because I do love that style and and the way it's shot and the editing and stuff, but whenever they have to talk, it's just that self-important, we are saying things you have never heard before, you're welcome. Like, it's just that feeling I don't like in movies. Like, that's something that just gets under my skin. It has to be done in a very entertainingly bad way in order for me to have fun with it, and that wasn't entertainingly bad because the style was so good. I'm just thinking what a better movie it could be. So yeah, that's my thing. But again, I know so many people that love it, and I hear they're doing a stage show. I bet it's a good stage show. I
almost paid to go see it because it's in Chicago right now.
Mm-hmm. Oh. Yeah, like I feel like
I want to see it so bad.
like pretty cool.
Adam Grunther, thank you for the 50 bits. I recommend checking out the clips they have on YouTube of Will Smith fish from Shark Tale slapping Chris Rock's zebra character from Madagascar. It's amazing how quickly and well they animated them.
Yeah, right. The way these memes are popping up so quickly. Yeah. I think, you know what I like about that? So the night it happened, I was going to bed, and I literally remembered, oh my God, I'm editing Hancock tomorrow, and it's the first time I couldn't sleep because I was excited. I'm just like, oh, what can I do? How can I do? I mean, I know I can't write any jokes, but there's gotta be a way I can incorporate this. And I think there is something to just when you see something that you know is going to be everywhere, and you're like, what can I do with this? Like, there is just this excitement with it. So I think that's why they turn out so good, because there is such this fun passion of like, this is a good idea, and damn it, I'm gonna make as good as I can, kind of thing. So it does make sense.
Pat and Zoa, thank you for the 50 bits. I'm sure I know the answer and can only assume you are Batmaned out. But have any of you checked out the documentary Heart of the Batman on DC's YouTube channel?
I did.
Oh, you did? Nice.
Yeah, I did. It was stuff I already knew, but it's cool seeing everybody talk about. I love it opens with Tom Ruger like explaining on like Wikipedia or something like that. Batman the Animated Series, that was inspired by the Tim Burton movies, and Tim Burton produced it. That's not true. Like, that's how it opens. He's just playing like, that's not true. Like, I produced it. So I thought that was pretty funny.
Jocks Cab, thank you for the 50 bits. Ghost Rob, who is your favorite character from Moral Oral? Also, Doug, the show is on HBO Max in its entirety if you decide to give it another shot.
I will. I do want to see it.
Oh, I think the dad. Definitely the dad.
Blake the Nothing, thank you for the 15-month subscription. Welcome back. Appreciate that. Hey, everyone. Doug, if you want live reactions, you can set videos to premiere with a live chat enabled. Might be fun.
For what?
YouTube, for you seeing reactions of your own Nostalgia Critic videos. You can set like live
reactions
premieres.
Of reactions kind of
thing? No. I think they're saying like you can see live reactions like you can do like a live chat premiere of the Nostalgia Critic, and then people can type in chat and be like, wow, Doug, that's so funny, or
I see. It's not the same as seeing it. I mean, it's like you can write haha LOL, but when you actually see the live reaction, that's just so great.
Yes, because I definitely type LOL sometimes when I am barely laughing.
Yeah, me too.
Sailor Aaron, thank you for the 100 bits. Oh, Doug, since someone asked about The Land Before Time, will you do The Secret of Nim or Anastasia for an NC review this year or sometime in the future?
It's funny. I wrote down Secret of Nim, and I remember I did an editorial, and I'm thinking, like, I probably would just say a lot of that again. So I go back and forth whether or not to do that one. And Anastasia, it's going to sound weird. I never had a passion to talk about it. Even though it's very interesting to talk about, but it's just
very
like
pretty movie.
Yeah, no, and like the background stuff in it is really interesting. You can talk about what works and what doesn't work, but like it never grabbed me. Something about it, not for how great it looked or what's bad about it, just never ever interested me that much. Though I do legit love Dark in the Night, man. That's a badass song.
Doug really just wants to take movie musicals that I love today and just poop all over them.
Oh, do you really like Anastasia? But did you see the stage musical of Anastasia? I hear that's like legit really, really good.
I haven't.
And I'm curious to check that out.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Adam Grunther, thank you for the 50 bits. Do you think you'll ever do a fanscription on the final season of Game of Thrones?
If so, that'd probably be a Walter thing.
Yeah, Walter, I think, has talked about it before.
I really wanted to.
Okay.
Back when we started, and Walter nixed it. So I don't know what his opinion of it is now. No, he was just like,
I thought it'd be the other way around.
No, you would think, but he was like, everybody's talking about Game of Thrones. I don't want to do that. So I'm like, okay. I had like an idea for how I would try to do it with most of those same plot points, but how to do it right. But that was a long time ago now, so I'd have to rethink like what I had planned. But yeah, at one point, like I told him, I'm like, I had this idea, and he's like, So I'm like, I don't know.
I love that you're Walter.
I don't know if he still wants to do it. So at the time, he really didn't. Maybe that's changed.
The Will Meister, thank you for the 100 bits. Hey, Doug, with all this Batman and Jurassic World excitement, is there a chance you review the Black Scorpion and Carnosaur movies or any Roger Corman movies? Based on your Jurassic Park reviews, I feel like you'll love Carnosaur.
Maybe. I never have seen it. I remember being advertised all the time at the video store when I was younger, but I never saw it. So yeah, I'll at least try to check it out. I don't know if I'll do an NC on it, but I'll try to check it out.
DCL Coda, thank you for the 50 bits. So did you see that Army of the Dead won the Oscar Fan Favorite Award and that the Snyder Cut won Oscar's Cheer Moment? It was satisfying to see a pathetic attempt to pander by the Oscars backfire so hard thanks to Snyder stans.
Yeah, Brad was telling me about
Will
that
Smith
too.
Ruined the Oscars, everyone.
Brad was telling me about that. That's pretty funny.
I mean,
no,
hey,
oh my God.
At least Cinderella didn't win, because for a little while people were trolling it by having Amazon Cinderella.
I didn't it? Or I thought like it won something. Did it not?
I don't know. Did it?
I hope it did, because that's hilarious.
No, the BBC was talking about that award, and they had the best line. They got Bodie McBoat-faced. The Oscars did. That what was it? It was the British Navy or somebody asked like, name our newest vessel, and of course, since it was the internet, they went with Bodie McBoatface.
Oh, Math God is saying it was second place for fan favorite.
Oh,
so it was second place. Oh my God.
Yeah, I mean, this is like nobody gives a shit about the Academy Awards. Like that's what's so funny about it. But every year this damn show comes on and they're like, we're the center of the universe. I'm like, okay, tell that to
you
the
know
10
what?
people
Now I'm leaning to. I'm actually liking this. If we can like just lean it into something that's very easy to troll, like that actually be kind of fun. I want more of these polls. Honestly. I want to try more stuff like that so it can just be taken over by trolls.
I'll be amazed if they do it again next year.
Adam Grunther, thank you for the 50 bits. Who would you trust more to look after your pets while you were on vacation? Cliff from Doom Patrol or Vigilante from Peacemaker?
Cliff, probably.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's
Vigilante's so messed up. Cliff's a klutz, but
I feel like sorry, go ahead.
I'd just take him with.
Yeah.
I feel like Vigilante would depend on his loyalty to you. Because I think Vigilante would die to save Eagly just to impress Peacemaker.
That's true. But
and Cliff would just forget to feed that.
Yeah.
I don't know. Doug, in your case, I think between those two, you're better off leaving your cats with Alf.
Yeah.
Tulip fan, thank you for the 50 bits. Could you look up the TV surfing chart? It's a chart measuring the... Oh, suffering. Wow, my brain misread that. They typed suffering and my brain read surfing. TV suffering chart. It's a chart measuring the suffering of loads of film and TV characters compared to how much they deserve based on how good / evil they are. Yikes. That's a big yikes for me. How come you get to figure out what people deserve and don't deserve? I don't know.
That almost sounds like something a psychopath would come up with.
The first one that pops out, like in the lower left, is like Kermit the Frog making a frowny face. I kind of like that. Yeah, actually, this is kind of a fun list. Hey, they got Tommy from The Room and stuff. Like, yeah, okay. It's actually kind of fun. Or Johnny from The Room, I should say. Sorry.
Adam Grunther, thank you for the 50 bits. Who was your favorite character from the Godfather movies, and do you prefer the first or the second film?
That's rough.
I prefer the second. My favorite, probably Robert De Niro's version of Vito Corleone. I really like Michael too. Like both of them are very fascinating characters.
I mean, Fredo, probably, honestly, because he's just so sad and so wants to be loved and will do these terrible things to get it, and it doesn't make him appear stronger. He's just more pathetic and stuff like that. Like, actually, I don't know.
I take it back. I like Michael Corleone's insane Italian girlfriend while he's living over there in Italy. You promised me you would show me out to a drive.
KP Kruk, thank you for the 50 bits. How do you feel about Christopher Lloyd being cast in Mandalorian Season 3? I just really want him to be introduced via being thawed from carbonate, and the first thing he says is, I was frozen today!
Nice. I just hope the show is good. I'm getting a little worried. I don't know, Boba Fett rubbed me the wrong way.
Yeah, but the Mandalorian stuff was the best stuff, so...
It was.
It was, but we still got weird, creepy CGI Luke Skywalker with the voice that ain't quite right.
I mean, I guess we can't go into spoilers, but the character that comes back, I don't like that they did that. You know, at the end of Boba Fett with the Mandalorian, I'm just like, oh, come on, that was a perfect.
Death don't matter when you got Bacta tanks, baby.
Well, I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about a shorter character that is gonna obviously be in Mandalorian now, and I'm just like, oh, but we had a perfect ending, a perfect send off. Like, I don't know.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Well, because then you're just like, why did we have that ending?
Right? Yeah. So I don't know.
It was completely pointless. It's like, well, then we couldn't go, and then you could see Luke Skywalker.
Oh, sorry, I almost read the same thing twice. I know, guys. Thank you for the 50 bits. Doug, which cinematic Sonic movie will you review as the Nostalgia Critic? 1 or 2?
Neither.
None of the above.
I'm not getting ratioed.
Is that what the kids say now?
No, not if I can see a comment.
The Willmeister, thank you for the 100 bits. Question for all of you, what are the best and worst video game movie adaptations? As an added challenge, what's the best U-Bowl video game movie adaptation? Finally, I don't watch much of these, but when I do, Heather's always crushing it with chat. Thank you. Almost working too hard. Can we all thank Heather? I've seen other Discord chats. Cannot be easy, I'm sure. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Now, does it have to be a movie or do series count? Because Castlevania and what was the other one?
They specified movie adaptations.
Oh, movie? Oh man.
Right, because otherwise it's Arcane too.
Yeah. Tron doesn't count because that was a game after the fact.
I actually legit, unironically enjoyed Tomb Raider. I thought that was a lot of fun. And I'm not even a big Angelina Jolie person, but I'm just like, she's having a ball and she's killing it. So yeah,
probably that and the more recent Mortal Kombat.
I'm a big
Sonic is. I would actually rank Sonic high up there, even if I don't like it on its own. It's like the bar is really set low.
Yeah.
Worst any of the Uwe Boll films easily.
Yeah.
Any of the what?
Uwe Boll films.
Oh. I'm a big Detective Pikachu fan. I love that one.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Okay, wait. Yeah, I forgot. Like, God, if that counts, that's up there in the top 3 easily.
Pat Latin Soa, thank you for the 50 bits. I just watched Ace Ventura for the first time in forever, and man, I love Jim Carrey in that. The way over-the-top facial expressions mixed with that expert timing made me laugh just as hard as I did when I first watched it as a kid. Ever consider reviewing either of those movies?
I did it. I talked about on Career Dive where I kind of reviewed it a little bit. Yeah, it really is one of those, like, I feel like I have to be in a certain mood to watch them. But man, when you're in that mood, yeah, they're like the best movies.
I haven't seen either of those in like 20 years.
Yeah, a long time.
Mumrar, thank you for the 50 bits. Will all of the Channel Awesome crew be at the Midwest Gaming Classic? Thinking about attending. Have never been to a gaming con. Also, what has you most excited about that con?
Just as happened, because I think that's one that, because of COVID, got pushed back and canceled and stuff. Yeah, I'm pretty sure like all of us are coming. I'm trying to think of anyone that couldn't make it.
If you look at the website, it has all of us listed. In fact, okay, if you look at the website, this is hilarious. They have all the guests listed by alphabetical order. So the first guest is Walter. So like, it's like, yes, Walter Benaziac.
See, Walter Benaziac. Yes, it's me. Hi.
Because I'm pretty sure even Ayana's going. So yeah, stop by.
I think
come to the
there,
show. Adam Grunther, thank you for the 50 bits. Which Batman movie villain was better, Tom Hardy's Bane or Paul Dano's Riddler?
Oh, the Riddler.
But Bane's fun.
Bane's great, but like if they didn't make him go out like a total bitch at the end, maybe it'd be different. But like the way Bane's whole storyline kind of wraps up, I'm like the Riddler was better.
Into the League of Shadows and Ra's al Ghul and stuff. I just never got into that. Where I like the Riddler's his own thing.
No, I mean comparing performances, that's kind of apples and oranges. But we're talking about how the villain's written. I like the Riddler better.
Mm-hmm.
Orlando Garcia, thank you for the 100 bits. Doug, last stream you said that Vanessa was your least favorite Phineas and Ferb character, but I thought to myself, even she was a sweet character from time to time. I still remember when Doofenshmirtz got her a doll when she was little, and instead of being all, really, Dad? She actually loved it. So yes, literally every character is a sweetheart, even the goth chick.
I mean, and again, it was just least favorite. I'm not saying she was a bad character. So if I have to choose one, that's the one. I just never remember, like, ooh, Vanessa's in this episode, like that never happened. But it's also not like, oh no, not Vanessa. Like there's nothing wrong with her.
Also, almost every goth I know is a huge sweetheart. They will protect you, okay?
No, they are scary. They're legit scary. They drink blood. And oh my god.
KP Kruk, thank you for the 50 bits. Will you ever take on another I can never say his name.
Uwe Boll.
Yes, thank you. Film. And
it's
if you
German.
do, will you see other certain reviewers, if you know what I mean, join you in tearing it apart?
It's not in the cards, and on top of that, I mean, kind of the dirty secret is I don't think they're really that entertainingly bad films. I think they're kind of boring, bad films. Like I said, there's definitely like Shyamalan. Oh my god, I'll see all his stuff. Wiseau, the same thing. Oh my god, I want to see all his crazy ass stuff. Boll's just very bland and boring.
The bobbleheads of video game movies.
Yeah, except no color.
Cool. And in something that I don't think has happened here for a long time, we're done with bit messages 15 minutes early.
Whoa!
I know, which is great because we don't always get a chance to look at these highlighted messages. So chat, we really get to focus on you. Let's do it. Lord R. Wolfen says, hey, Heather, Doug, and the man that was once Rob. My question is, if you're open to the idea to add a Billy Mays tribute to your commercial special, since he is like the ultimate TV pitch man.
Is that the, I gotta look
Billy Mays.
Oh, that dude.
Yeah,
okay.
like everything.
Like, I know that name. It's gonna sound weird. I haven't seen that many commercials with him. So maybe I should at least watch some for the commercial special, because it's like I know the name, I know Billy Mays here, but after that I'm like, yeah, what does he sell? I don't know.
Game Fan says, hello, Doug. I hope you're having a good day. I have a question. Have you heard of the new upcoming Kickstarter series, Lumi and the Great Big Galaxy? If not, I suggest you look it up. It was inspired by Steven Universe and Wander Over Yonder. Also, hi, Rob!
Hello!
No. Or is this Lumpy and the Great Big Galaxy? Okay. Oh, yeah, this looks like a Steven Universe thing. Yeah, looks neat.
R Red says, Doug, regarding TMNT, you said that when people have told you Raphael being the tough one started in the original comics, you remember the turtles all being pretty much the same. The latter is true for the first issue, but from the second issue onwards, the turtles' individual personalities are established.
I hear there's like very subtle, like sort of personality traits in there. I do remember like reading them and like trying to find them. I do remember like someone would do something different than the other one, but I can't remember who it was, and all the masks were the same and stuff like that. So you're probably right. I just don't remember them being like that distinct.
Jack C says, will first viewings or real thoughts ever come back?
A real thoughts, no, because now it's like, that's kind of what the NCs are now. They're just like exaggerated real thoughts. I'm not like, I'm not pretending to like something when I hate it or vice versa.
Yeah.
But for first viewing, probably with the, I feel like we got to do it for that Pinocchio movie, because I've never seen it, and people are just like, oh my God, you got to see this. So we'll probably do it for that at least.
J-Star Otaku says, are you watching Attack on Titan? The final episode of the final season is this Sunday, and I can't wait. The season has been amazing.
Wow, it's been going that long? Holy smokes.
I haven't. Somewhere in season 2, I ducked out of Titan and haven't really watched it since. So maybe I'll catch up someday.
Yeah, someday. I'm in the same boat. Burnsy says, Canada's in the World Cup of Soccer. Thoughts?
What's soccer?
Well, you probably watch it more than I do too. Yeah, I like never ever watch soccer, sadly.
Yeah.
Speak American.
The Will Meister, thank you for the 100 bits. Going off the overrated movies question from earlier, I have to go with The Dark Knight. Even in review form, I was sitting there like, Doug's funny, but I just don't get it. I just don't see this alleged masterpiece. Sorry, man, I don't mean to shit on your favorite movie. I love that movie.
It's not my favorite movie. It's one of the favorite
I love The
movies.
Dark Knight.
But I will say, like,
Not
when it
100%
came out,
perfect, but
no, and there were people that were like pointing out like kind of issues with it and stuff like that, and some of it I definitely understood. And even when I'm reviewing it, I'm pointing out some of the stuff that's like a little weird and off and stuff like that. But
it's always the fairies with the bombs. At that point, I feel like I'm in a kind of different movie now, and the whole last 15 minutes doesn't do much for me.
But but I still love it, and just the stuff that's good is so good to me, and just works on a bunch of different levels to me. And same thing with Batman Begins. There's a lot of lines that still resonate with me, and lines and visuals. That's one of the reasons I really like Dark Knight as well, because Batman Begins I really remember the lines, but Dark Knight, I say Batman Begins, but Dark Knight I really remember the visuals as well, like really leaving a big impact.
Pat and Soa, thank you for the 50 bits. Am I alone in thinking that the South Park Halloween episodes are as good or even better than the Simpsons ones?
Let's not say things we can't take back.
I do enjoy them, but
but Simpsons is like just a whole like
those early Simpsons Halloween episodes. They're untouchable. How dare you?
Even when like Simpsons wasn't getting, it was starting to lose its touch and everything, the Halloween specials were still for a while. Like,
they remain
everyone's
funny
tuning in for Halloween. Yeah,
a few years ago.
I should watch them again now, because Simpsons has been like hit and miss again instead of just being misses. So maybe the Halloween specials are better now.
Maybe.
Adam Grunther, thank you for the 50 bits. Do you think you'll ever do Yellow Submarine for Freak Show Cinema?
That's another one where because of the copyright claims, especially Beatle music, hell no. They'll come after us really quick.
I would love to see us get another global ban.
With that said, I like Yellow Submarine. I don't know what I'd say about it. I like a lot of the designs, but I don't think I can talk very long about it. I don't know. I can talk about something like Pink Elephants a lot more than I can Yellow Submarine. Like some weird shit just grabs you more than other weird shit.
Adam Grunther, thank you for the 50 bits. So overall, what wins as the best Batman movie for you personally? Mask of the Phantasm or Dark Knight?
I mean,
Phantasm for me.
Yeah, I think if we're gonna go
the closest to the comic.
Yeah, if we're gonna go objectively, probably Phantasm, because you're right, that is the closest. But in terms of personal favorite, it's Dark Knight for me.
Yeah.
Particularly that middle section of the Dark Knight. That chase with the Joker and the truck flip, and it's so good.
So good.
Psychotic Yoshi, thank you for the 50 bits. Speaking of the Godfather films, Doug and Rob, what are your thoughts on The Godfather Part 3, the weakest installment of the trilogy, and will you review it for NC?
I'm not.
No, I won't do that, but yeah, I mean, I think you said it's the weakest.
There's moments that are good, but overall, it's just one of those things I'm like, yeah, I didn't need to see this. I feel with the ending of Godfather 2, we could have put together how miserable Michael's life would become.
And poor Sophia. I mean, it's like, I'm glad she found her calling as a director, because, I mean, every time, the few times I see it, I'm always like, maybe it'll be better. Maybe I was just comparing it too much to the other two, and it'll be really good. And she's always the one thing that's just like, oh, it's so bad. Oh, my God. But great director. I love her movies.
YG says, fanscription idea, what if Barbara Minerva was the only villain in Wonder Woman 84? No Max Lord, no Steve Trevor, just Diana and Barbara.
That'd be kind of fun.
I think it would have been a tighter movie.
But I mean, like a fanscription, like actually writing it out, that might be kind of cool.
Yeah, that would be interesting.
Yeah, that might be one.
I'd have to think about how I do that. Definitely that look at the end of the movie would be different. That's for damn sure.
Yeah. Game Fan says, funniest Will Smith slap meme.
I like Everybody Hates Chris. That one really got me because I really like that show.
There was a good one where it was Will Smith laughing at the joke, and then it cuts to Jada and it says execute order 66. And then it shows Will Smith with this look on his face like, ooh, and then it shows the slap. That one made me laugh.
Adam Grunther, thank you for the 50 bits. Wink. I should have added Batman 89 in parentheses after the word Batman and then Mask of the Phantasm. Oh, got you.
Oh, okay. Well, in that case, Mask of the Phantasm, still, okay, objectively, I think you could argue
like they're
really is Batman. But personal favorite, the original Batman.
Oh, well, it's personal favorite for me, it's Batman Returns.
There you go. Bernsey, thank you for the 69 bits. 2026, the first World Cup of Soccer match starts between the USA and Brazil in Chicago. Doug Walker is, seriously, what's soccer?
I'll be the announcer. It's just me saying that over and over. It's just like, they really should call this football.
Why are they here? They're just kicking a ball. What are we doing here? Luke, sorry.
Oh, no, I was just commenting more. Read.
Luke the Boss says, Doug and Rob, will you all consider doing a sibling rivalry for Sonic 2? Last one got a lot of views.
A lot of hate, too. No, I get the feeling this is one where, like, Rob just takes his hat, throws on me, and says, "You're Rob now," and walks away. No, I think we want to get this new review show going, the Untitled review show. So
trust us, our thoughts will be in the new review show. Don't worry.
Sailor Aaron says, besides Die Hard, another one of my favorite Bruce Willis's film is The Kid. It's a Disney movie and I quite enjoy it. Will you please check it out? Maybe do a Disney-cember?
I hear that. A lot of people say it was really good. It was a cool idea, too. I might look into it because I never have seen it, but I heard a lot of people say it's actually pretty good.
Lorenz says, are you guys looking forward to the new batshit Nicolas Cage movie where he plays himself that comes out soon?
Yeah.
Yes. I saw the teaser and it wasn't winning me over, but then the trailer really got me. I'm like, this looks pretty fun and pretty cool. Yeah.
Game Fan says, do you think the Joker is terrifying in Mask of the Phantasm?
I don't know if I say terrifying. He's cool. Like he's a cool villain.
He is only terrifying in the scene where he assaults the district attorney. Like they animated that scene really well in the way where I'm like, yeah, he's cracking jokes, but there's moments where there's a creep factor to him when he first shows up and then takes him out at the end.
Mark says, does Doug know this week was Kingdom Hearts' 20th anniversary?
No, I didn't. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, good for it. YG says, can we get an I'm Chaplin live?
I'm Chaplin live.
Flame Reaper Man says, so the idea is that Anakin's eyes were originally blue but became Sith yellow, and while the video makes them red, it's still awesome.
In what? I think I missed something there.
They just said, so the idea is that Anakin's eyes were originally blue but became Sith yellow, and while the video makes them red, it's still awesome. Oh, and then they have, here's the watch code because I can't send the video watch. PS, glad to be back.
Okay, I'll try to look into it.
Lord R. Wolfen says, who are you afraid of more, Yoda or Avatar Roku?
Okay, so the Yoda, the way I imagine him, not my Yoda, isn't like swinging around a lightsaber and doing these flips and stuff.
He's moving mountains.
He's just like moving his hand and like, your head explodes, something like that. Like that's kind of the Yoda I think. Like he's very small. He doesn't have to do physical stuff. He can just raise a pinky and like your heart, stops or a mountain falls on you, kind of thing. So I'll say that.
Flame Reaper Man says, also, you're going to love one of the new characters that will be introduced in Season 3 of Rebels.
Okay. Yeah, looking forward to it.
Yeah, cool. Scrolling. There we go. Matt Gamer says, will you do an NC review of another Will Smith movie? No reason.
Hancock's the next one, and it is pure coincidence. Literally, I was editing it the Monday morning after this happened. So I was trying to put in a few funny little things about, like, I don't have time to write jokes, but, here's where I could have put a joke. So, yeah, I do address it.
Lord R. Wolfen says, I remember recommending this to you before, but have you found I Am Canadian commercial? If you can't find it, still the YouTube channel is Canada Web Developer.
I Am Canadian commercial. Not ringing a bell. Looks like fun. Okay, I'll look into it.
Orlando Garcia, thank you for the 100 bits. Heather, do you have a favorite Smash Bros. Ultimate meme? There's a wide variety, like the Smash logo in Inkling's eye, Mario spooked by Minecraft Steve, Mario skewered by Sephiroth, Kazuya yeeting dead characters into a volcano, and such. Decisions. I adore Mario getting skewered by Sephiroth. That's
something I didn't think I'd hear today.
I just love Sephiroth, and it's hilarious. Burnsy says 16 Blocks, great underrated Bruce Willis movie.
I remember hearing that. Yeah, I haven't seen it, but I remember a lot of people talking about it, saying it was pretty good.
Ozzy Wing asks, have you seen Netflix stop motion The House?
Yes, I really liked it. But it is funny. It's like I completely forgot about it until you brought it up again. I'm like, oh yeah. So maybe it's one of those where I'm like, oh, maybe it wasn't like phenomenal, but like I don't know. I remember watching it and just being like, man, oh, this is like a kind of a creep factor going, but like they're done with these little cute dolls and everything. And yeah, I really dug it. I liked it a lot.
I forgot to mention this. I meant to mention this at the beginning of stream, and then I didn't. Y'all, it's Mod Appreciation Day. Officially on Twitch. It is Mod Appreciation Day. We need some hearts in the chat for our mods. Wayflow, Dragon's Toy, we see you over here killing it. Thank you, mods. The stream would not be able to function without them. Trust me, in the beginning of the pandemic, we tried.
Thank you, Waveflow.
And to show our appreciation, we're bringing it up at the end of the stream.
Good job.
But thank you so much. Yes, we were always very, very thankful.
Well, it's not Respect the Twitch Queen Day, so.
It's not my day. It's the mods' days. Wayflows and Dragon's Toys and King Croaker. It's their day to shine, okay?
It's my day. So I thought it was Thursday.
It is also Thursday, yes. You're correct. Good observation, Rob.
Thank you.
All right, well, that does bring us to 7 o'clock. So, I think we're going to wrap
The witching hour.
Yes. I think we're going to wrap it up here. Thank you, everyone, so much for joining us. We appreciate you being here. The next time that we're going to be live is tomorrow, because we got content here 6 days a week. So tomorrow, Malcolm will be here in the afternoon, and Doug will
only a day away.
Doug will continue his playthrough of Jedi Fallen Order that he started last week. So if you missed the start of that, the VOD is still up if you want to see his reaction to the beginning. His first Soulsborne game, Souls style game rather, is actually going pretty well.
Honestly, I'm having fun.
You haven't had any crushing defeats that sent you back a whole bunch yet.
but I have been crushed quite a few times.
Oh,
You have, particularly by rocket launchers. They turned on you.
Yeah, I know, man. Thought we had a thing.
Yes, this is not an April Fool's. Doug will actually be here tomorrow.
Yes.
It's not like April Fool's. Doug's not streaming. We're not going to pull
Rob shows
that.
up and plays it.
Rob plays.
I just had Chaplin on the chair.
Oh no, I would just be rage quitting. There's no way I'll play it.
But yeah, hopefully we'll see you tomorrow. If not, we do have content here Monday through Saturday. So please come on by, stop on by, and check us out. Hang out.
The first 10 people there get the honor of being the first 10 people there.
Wow. So true.
Wow.
So true. All right, everyone, have a wonderful evening, and we will see you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Goodbye. See you. Next to go. Goodbye.